It's a dex check, apparently.
It's a dex check.
I have +2 because of my dex. Well, games can be it's with tool proficiencies it's at the DM's discretion, and games can be either they usually give you 2 stats for them, so they're usually dex or intelligence for games, and
Well, I always saw Dragon Chess not as a thought-provoking game, but more of a hands-on style game instead of thought-provoking.
Absolutely. Now, if it were like classic, like if it were like Go or something like that, that would definitely be.
That'd be definitely the Amp.
Yeah. So Rurik, let's go ahead and get our recap started. Oh, what is the link for your Twitch thing again, man? Because I want to check my mic volume. Is it still on here?
Yeah, it's still right there.
Yeah, I sent it to her so that way she could watch if she wanted to.
Where is it? It's so far back, I can't find it.
It's not far back at all. It's the last thing.
The very last thing that was, yeah.
It is? Where?
Right about
okay, I see it. Yeah, all right. I'm just blind.
Yep, you are.
All right, I'm going to mute you guys real quick because I want to see what I sound like, so. All right.
Man, I was like looking at the clock. I was like 5:58. Huh. just like
I hate ads.
Fuck, it's starting in 2 minutes. I was just bored dicking around. I got my new computer, so I'll be streaming on the current one because of reasons. Like I have to repeat the video feed over and over for this crap. So, like, because whenever I'm bringing things to my second computer, it's just a monitor capture. So I have to, like, take the monitor feed, shrink it down. Take the monitor feed, shrink it down. Take the monitor feed, shrink it down for all of us. So, yeah, I'll start us off. And let me see if I can.
Someone needs to mute this stream.
Yeah, I heard the stream.
Well, it's not me.
I'm sorry, my headset is really just that loud, guys.
How is it? How is the stuff?
It's absolutely amazing. I love it. Thank you for the recommendation.
I can hear you so very well. I'm happy.
Oh, it's yeah. So the worst part was it all came in like a day or 2 ago. So like I've been rushing to like figure out how to use everything and learn everything about it and stuff like that. And then I got my desk today and had to put that together in like an hour before the session.
Oof.
Yeah. But if you notice, I'm not sitting on a floor now.
This is true. All right. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at my CPU usage. It's really high for some reason. I'm trying to close things, but I'm all closed off anyway.
I'm just checking stuff anyway, so you're good.
Okay, so it looks like we're starting at 5:30 tonight, guys. Sorry to let down you viewers who may be watching us.
That's fine. I will begin the recap presently.
No, you're all good, man. I'm in no rush.
Nor am I.
Previously on Exemplars of Autaria, episode 8, 1, 2.
It's not the same one, man.
Oh,
That's not the same one.
Cylons had taken over, and I just beat them back. Don't worry about it. Our party heads to a docking city named Maritown to purchase some horses. Burmy seems to be at odds mentally, but he doesn't want to share. Burke entices the party to share childhood stories, gleaning from their past. Burmy opens up a whole bunch. He seems to have been having a hard time coming to terms with him relishing in the thrill of combat and killing. The next day, we reach a river, and before we can traverse, a lizard folk pops out of the bushes, and Burmy tries diplomacy. Apparently they are just hungry and in need of food and shelter. The village has become victim to a curse which forces all the flora and fauna to retreat/shrivel away. They had seen a human with a pale, white-haired genasi. Rurik feeds them and teaches them how to fashion shelters. They continue on to get some horses. Vermi begins to furiously note everything in town because he's never seen large bodies of water. Juga, the barkeep, tells us all the good info. Apparently, Ugar, way back from the city of Ukagar, took the inn from Juga, a fellow orc. And arm wrestling competition happens, and then Vermi and Rurik proceed to do as many push-ups as possible, ending in a tie. In the middle of the night, a white-haired, pale-skinned fire genasi walks into the inn and calls Vermilion by name, identifying himself as Lavis, or Lavis. Whatever. They proceed to have a chat. Thunder strikes from Rurik's home. Lavis is a follower of Chaos, and he seems to be taking issue with Vermi having crossed the endless desert. He asks if he has come across any crystal-like items, and he leaves without issue and disappears. As we approach the stables the next day, a familiar figure approaches. Soren's brother, Alexander. Rurik doesn't dilly-dally and buys the horses for the group while the two of them hash things out. Apparently, the Knight of the Darazin Templar has been assassinated. The Exemplar is in lots of dangers from various sources. Soren tells his brother about James, and he knows exactly who it is. Son of the Goldman family who helped the last Exemplar, hash out all the nastiness from long ago, at the end of the Fourth Age era. Alex trusts Soren to bring James back as much, but that just makes it as soon as possible. My bad. As we pass through the Valley of Emerald, overwhelming calm passes over us. Rurik thinks that this is where he would want to live when he settles down. As we pass by the tip of the mountain range, we approach two large creatures on a mountain step incline. They turn around and we see they each have a single eye. Rurik tries diplomacy. Vermi loses patience and attacks them so that we can pass. We handle the Cyclopses without issue and move on to the fields of nature. Vermi appears to have gained new abilities. We rush towards Answick. Muriel tells us to meet her at the temple so we can work together to drive the bandits back. Answick is a very organic, nomadic type of city, nature and civilization intertwined. As we enter the temple and spot Rurik's sister, I didn't finish my sentence. The animals apparently have repelled the bandits. Celine, the deep gnome, was a thing. Celine had attacked. Golog, the Goliath, is her Templar partner. We bring each other up to speed, and on the way to the tavern to celebrate our reunion, Soren's bag starts to vibrate. He quickly leads us all back into the room of the Citadel. When he looks in the bag, a golden dragon head pops out. And that is where we left off. Let's see what the adventures hold for our heroes today on Exemplars of Autaria.
I was reading that word for word as you were saying it.
All right, excellent. So let's jump into it. You guys, we look back. We kind of start, a little bit back in time. We get like the text in the bottom left. It says 40 years ago. And we see a familiar face, albeit a little younger. We see Barrett, accompanied by a female who looks very similar to Catherine, but maybe a little bit younger at the time, but looks very similar to Catherine. And a very, very like kind of bulky type dwarf next to him, who carries like this big, huge like war hammer in one hand and a shield in the other. They all approach, and Barrett walks up, and we see kind of in this cavernous area, we see like this big, huge like treasure hoard, all amongst the cavern walls. And we kind of go through and we see like gold everywhere. We see gems. We see almost anything under the sun in terms of money. And we see chests that are filled with maybe like some crowns or maybe some art of certain types. And as we kind of like go and we move across, we see like kind of this dark figure approach out of the shadows of the cavern. And we see the gold reflect from the scales of this dragon-looking creature as it moves into the light of the torch, and the dragon comes down and moves its head down, and it speaks to the group of three and says, "I've been expecting you." And then Barrett kind of like looks almost frightened, but has the sense of calm about him, and he's like, "Hello, dragon. Nice to meet you." And he's like, "Why have you come here?" And he's like, "Well, we heard you were here." And the dwarf next to him, he's like, "We've come to take the gold." And Barrett looks over at him and says, "Shut up." And he's like, "What? I was being funny?" And the woman next to him and says, "Please, just shut up and let Barrett talk." And Barrett's like, "Thank you. Anyways, Gold Dragon, sir, what are we supposed to call you?" And he's like, "You may call me the Dragon of the West." And he says, "Okay, I was hoping for a name, but okay. Dragon of the West, we were looking for treasure here. Guess this is yours?" And he's like, "Yes, this is mine." And Barrett's like, "Well, I guess we can't take it if it's yours. We'll just leave you alone." And he's like, "Wait, you look as if you have powers of the magic variety." And he's like, "Yes, I'm one of the few." And he's like, "I have your assistance for something." And he like immediately like sweeps a golden egg towards Barrett with his tail. And he's like, "I ask that you take care of this. Put a time magic on it. Don't let it hatch for quite some time." And he's like, "Time magic? What do you want me to do? Keep it from hatching? Stall it in time?" And he's like, "Yes, I need it to be around later. 50 years maybe should do." And he kind of just looks quizzically at the dragon. And he's like, "I'm not sure exactly what you mean, but I can do this if that is what you require. And if that lets us leave peacefully, I'm okay with this." And the dwarf next to him, he's like, "We're not gonna fight him?" And he's like, "Please shut up." And he's like, "Ugh." The woman looks quizzically at Barrett as they kind of share like a glance real quick. And Barrett looks at the dragon and says, "I can do this. May not be known to us. Do you want us to do anything with it?" He's like, "I require it to be brought back here when the time is right. You'll know when the time is right. You'll see a blood dragon descend through a portal. I have been looking at the text here. It is when I need him back." And Barrett is like, "Very well. I will make sure it's returned here during that time." And he's like, "Excellent. Now, if you don't mind, you may leave without taking a single thing. Thank you." And you see Barrett bow and turn. The female also turns around. And the dwarf's like, "We're not even going to fight anything?" And he's like, we kind of see it fade out as like the other two have left. And he's just sitting there like just holding his hands up. And then he's like just runs up to catch up with them a little later as it fades out. And then we fade back up on this dragon head that's popped out of this bag all of a sudden. We basically pop up right as soon as the last one left off. Yeah, and the dragon is just like kind of looking at you, looking at like all
Okay.
four.
So as soon as it pops its head out, I'm closing the bag back on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I make a so I'm assuming none of us know much about dragons, right?
They're not necessarily like a very big thing. Like I said, you know about the black dragon in the swamp.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't.
Albeit
but-
Vermilion doesn't. And then you know that actually this is something Vermilion would know. There's actually a gold dragon in the mountain range near where Moorestown is.
So this is what I would know.
You would know that there's a gold dragon in that mountain range. You don't know where in the mountain range, but you know it's in the mountain range because you've seen it fly by Moorestown before.
Okay. So I'm not like totally shocked by dragons. Like I know that they still exist in the world,
Correct.
and that doesn't really. Okay.
The only two known in this area of Autaria is
Okay.
the gold and the black dragon, though, and of course the blood dragon that you guys have heard about.
But that's more recent. So though Vermilion doesn't know anything about the blood dragon, but would I know that a gold dragon isn't bad? Like it's not just going to like try to eat us.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. That's what I was worried about. I was like, shit, will my character even know this?
It's generally widespread knowledge that the chromatic dragons are the bad ones and that the metallic ones are the good ones.
Okay. I just wasn't sure with how, few dragons there are in the world, whether, anybody in this world would know. So
Correct. Yeah. They're definitely known about for sure.
okay. I'm gonna look over at Soren and like, what are you doing? Let it out. Let it out.
Did I manage to close it? Like
Yeah,
it?
you closed it. You closed
Okay.
it.
And I'm like reaching over, trying to, pull the bag open, let him out.
No.
He's gonna die. Let him out.
And I just kind of sit down and put my hands in my head and just, dear God, how many problems can we have at one time?
Come on, seriously though, like it's fine. It's a gold dragon. We're all good, Just open the bag, man. I'd love to ask it some questions.
I'm just kind of sitting there thinking, like,
Okay, well he's thinking I'm like still trying to pull the bag open. Just like, you gonna let me, Soren, or?
no.
If you do attempt to stop him, then we'll have to make rolls opposed to each other. My guess is athletics is the best one.
I mean, they're both the same for me. So
We'll do athletics.
Okay.
Opposed athletics, Storm versus Vermilion.
But I'll be acrobatics to move my hand quickly.
you don't have to try.
You gotta beat a 7, man.
I have a -2.
I know, but you gotta. There you go.
Yeah.
You're
Wow.
good.
Wow.
So
I
yeah,
suck.
you keep it away from him pretty well. He's not very strong to pull it away from you.
Come on, Soren. Like seriously, that's a bag of holding. It's going to kill it if you keep it in there for too long.
I'm just ignoring him at this point and just trying to think through
I understand we can
how this affects our current list of ever-growing list of problems.
We can think through it, but let's not leave the dragon to die in the bag. That's all I care about. I'm not going to do anything with it. I might pet it a little. But all we need to do is let it out. So it doesn't
What's your
die.
plan? Okay, so we say we let it out. What's your plan after that?
Talk to it.
And after that?
Figure out what it needs. I mean, what we need from it. I mean, dragons are important creatures. They are very powerful magical beings.
We're in a
We
heavily
cannot-
populated city. Are we going to drag it around on a
Hey,
leash?
I told you we should leave the city. I knew it was in that bag. I told you we should leave the city, and you're like, no, let's go to the temple. Sit in the. Wow, I'm being a total dick right now. Sorry. We can't let it die. That would be a horrible thing to do. These are inherently good creatures, albeit a little dickish, but inherently good.
We can't walk around with a dragon.
We don't have to walk.
Let's
Like
go
we
to-
can put it. We can put it in the bag later, but until we figure it out, let's not suffocate the poor thing.
If it's going to, it's going to have to suffocate because we have to keep this.
Well, okay.
Private.
I feel like along the way, no, I identified the bag of holding, so I know all the information about it when we were walking back. So I know that it can last for 10 minutes at most, and that's it. So we would be able to get it out of the city later, but I just don't want it to die now while we're sitting here arguing about it. Like that's all I care about. That's all I need from you, Soren.
I'll open the bag once we have a plan.
Okay, Rurik, how can we contain this thing? What do we got? I can talk to it, maybe.
Pretty sure I've never seen a dragon.
Well, we know about. You have seen a dragon. You've seen
The
a
one
black
big one.
dragon,
The one
the
big
black
one.
dragon. That's it.
and you ran away from it like scared.
I'll, I went to Catherine and asked.
Just like Brave Sir
How-
Robin.
I went to Catherine and asked, "Is this dragon okay in this bag?"
I should be fine.
For the next 9.5 minutes. It will suffocate to death. All living creatures in the bag, like Verme's saying this to you, all living creatures in the bag will die after 10 minutes.
Is there any truth to this, Catherine?
I identified the object. I'm the only one that knows.
Quick, put me in the bag. See if I can breathe.
I wonder who I would who trust in this situation.
Let's put Rurik in the bag and we'll see.
You're not
if
going to
we
trust
agree.
the genius who knows everything? No.
Put me in the bag, and I'll see if I can breathe. It takes like 4 seconds.
You can breathe, but it's for a limited amount of time. There's only so much air in the bag, guys. It's an extra dimensional space that can only hold so much air. And
I thought you could just hold your breath.
Oh yeah, so you can hold your breath indefinitely. I mean, I can, but.
Sorry, Mr.
that's beside the point.
Superhero.
I feel like you guys all noticed that I haven't taken a breath this entire conversation. I've just literally been talking the whole time.
It can last 10 minutes, correct?
I noticed it a while ago. I'm sure.
It's
Yes,
still
it does-
unnerving.
It does
I'm sure.
have unlimited. It does have unlimited air. So Catherine would say, it should be fine for a little bit, but not very long. We need to get it out in the open.
We can't very well walk around with a dragon.
I understand that, and we can get out, maybe in the night, travel out of the town, and just keep it a low profile, keep it in the bag as much as we can. But we have to let it breathe. We can't let it die.
Especially if our mission is to bring that to the mountain.
Mission, pet dragon, awesome. Come on,
And
let's
again,
befriend it first, and then we'll take it back to the mountain.
we need to actually think this through and stop rattling on a bad dragon. We have to get this to a mountain that's weeks away.
I mean, it's going to take some time to travel through the mountains, yes.
So we have to somehow take a dragon.
Yes. And why start off on a bad note, forcing it to suffocate in a bag, when we can befriend it and it'll just
It's
go
not-
with us?
You just said it can last 10 minutes, so it doesn't suffocate for 10 minutes. It can breathe for 10 minutes.
Okay, how would you react if you're like, "Oh, I'm alive," and got shoved into a bag of extra dimensional
It just
space?
hatched out of an egg. I think it's used to that environment.
God. I'm still rude, Soren.
What were you going to call him?
I'm sorry, Rourke. I don't mean it.
Oh, I look like I have a terrible headache at this point.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I'm talking, so I'm sure you do.
So now we have to fend off an attack of bandits who are quite well mobilized. We have to find a man and bring a dragon out of the bag every 10 minutes.
Yeah, sounds about right. I mean, dragons are strong. I mean, I assume even so at birth. So it is survivable. As soon as we're away from people, it won't. It's not like we have to keep it in the bag as long as it's not going to leave. And I mean, they're intelligent creatures, so I don't think they're just going to run. It's not just going to run from us as long as we're kind and feed it.
You have no idea what you're saying.
I do
no idea
not,
what you're-
but I do know that gold dragons are good.
The baby,
about all
what
I-
harm can it do?
Right?
Right?
It's not independent. It's
Oh,
not
of
a dog.
course. I understand. I'm not saying, okay, I may have said that we should keep it as a pet, but I'm not saying now that we should keep it as a pet. Now that I'm thinking about it, we should make it a friend. Traveling with more friends is always good, isn't it?
A
And who are we delivering it to anyways?
bigger dragon.
Do we actually know? Do we actually as players know that?
No, we're bringing it to a mountain.
Oh, I know it.
Could I make
told
it?
her-
I think it's pretty obvious at this point, though, to make an assumption about it.
Yeah, I guess because I know that it's in the mountains and we're heading for the mountains. So
Correct.
yeah. Okay.
He told me in private, right? So I'm apparently just now telling you, oh, it's a bigger. We're taking it to a dragon.
See, we're taking it to its parent and/or abductor.
I don't think it's its parent. Because the one we're taking it to is apparently not very nice.
The one we're taking to is the gold dragon, is it not?
Yeah, this does seem very strange.
Does it talk to us? Can it talk? Have we even tried talking to it?
No, he stuffed it in a bag.
Thorin, what do you have to fear from a child? Come on. Well, yeah, but we can't play with it if it's dead. Thorin, did you never have pets growing up? Things need air to live.
We've got about 6 minutes left.
I am Mama.
I don't want him to offend our new friend.
Fuck, I never have it prepared when I need it.
What?
Tongues.
And I point to Rurik. This is a dwarf, or gnome, sorry. I always get that mixed up. He was a dwarf, but then he died and became a gnome.
What's a dwarf and now's a gnome? That sounds fantastic.
Absolutely, right? I said the same thing. Anyways, and this one over here is, she's a half-elf, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. This one over here is a half-elf, and her name is Catherine.
Half elf, half elf, half what?
Half human, I believe so, but it's possible she might be something else. I mean, she hasn't really talked much about that particular thing.
Boy.
But if you would like, I would be more than happy to connect you to their minds if you want to talk to them as well.
More friends.
Yeah. Okay. See, exactly what I was thinking, and I connect to everyone except for Soren.
Okay.
Muriel, Golag.
Okay, everybody. This is the first time I'm
Yeah,
actually.
how many people can you do?
6 people in total,
okay,
including
okay,
myself,
so-
or not including myself. 6 other people. So.
Okay, so everybody in the room besides Soren can hear this.
Yeah. So everybody testing this out for the first time. We haven't actually used this. Can everybody hear me?
Catherine
Yeah.
says yes.
Okay. Good. Good. Now, the
And
dragon.
Muriel and Golag both say yeah.
Yeah. The dragon can hear us right now. He seems to
Hello.
be very intelligent and able to talk to us, as you can see for yourself now. If you guys have any questions or wish to talk to it, go ahead. I will be the relay for now.
Hello.
Hi. My name is Rurik Fireforge.
Hi, Rurik.
How's it going?
Oh, good. Just hatched.
Yeah. See, he's very nice, very kind. I like this dragon.
Insight check. Can I even insight check with telepathy?
I don't think you can insight
No.
check this. He's not speaking exactly, so you
Dang
can't
it.
tell tone of voice here.
Yeah, there's not. I have to have a special ability just to be able to tell if people are lying. So.
Trust him implicitly.
Take
Anyway.
says with whatever grain of salt you want to.
Yeah, and then all right. Anyways, so there are a few things we need to discuss with you, and I go ahead and connect Soren. Just so he's in the conversation now. By the way, the grumpy one is going to be joining us in just a moment, and then I connect him.
Okay.
And yes, there's a few things we must discuss with you. Probably let you know. How much do you know about your current situation, besides the fact that you just hatched?
Situation? What situation?
Well, we were asked to do something. Involved transporting you. At that time, we did not know you were going to hatch, but I was just wondering if you knew anything about that.
Nope. Just came around.
Do you know anything about your parents?
He like sits there quizzically